Ironshore, an MMORPG filled with magic and wonder and exploration and bustling with players. Just by looking at it, you'd think that this is the next great MMO in like 2005. But there's a catch. This is no MMORPG. This game is fake. I mean, you can actually play it, but it's not actually an MMORPG. This is Ironshore, a game made by Bergy Media. You might know Bergy. You probably don't, but you might. And with Ironshore, Bergy Media is setting out to change the MMORPG landscape by not making an MMORPG. They created a game that emulates all aspects of MMORPGs, including the players? Like, apparently there's actually fake other players in the game. The goal with Ironshore, according to Bergy's creative director, is to capture the nostalgia of MMORPGs in the late 2000s for those who can no longer commit to online or scheduled playtimes. Aw, that's a very humble goal, and you know, it's really nice. I mean, you could have just made an MMORPG that isn't as grindy or, you know, actually changes the MMORPG design flaws that we see in every game. But I guess making a fake MMORPG is cool too. Luckily for me, even though Ironshore doesn't come out until 2024, there is a playable demo available on Steam. So let's see how good this single-player fake MMO actually is. Wait, don't go any further. Hi, can I help you? I need a backend developer stat or the world is going to end. Oh no, I don't know anything about backend development and learning it is so boring. Well, stop being stupid. Today's sponsor, Boot.dev, can help you learn backend programming and make it fun. Boot.dev does something that I think is really cool in that it gamifies learning to code. You're always going to be engaged throughout all of the courses because you'll earn XP, collect rewards, complete quests as you learn actual practical programming. This basically turns learning to code into an RPG, and if you're watching this video, you probably like RPGs. And the best part is you'll actually be writing code throughout the whole course. There's no Mr. Miyagi metaphor lessons here. You're going to be typing on your keyboard and actually learning code. Speaking as a former full-time developer myself, programming jobs can be really, really great. You can work from home, you can make a lot of money, so learning to code is usually just a really good decision, both professionally and personally. So if you're ready to start your coding journey and have fun while doing it, use the code IDLE after you click the link in the description and get 25% off your first subscription, which is 25% off your first month or 25% off your first full year if you go for the year subscription. I also want to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters. My Patreon supporters at the beginning of this year got this cool little sticker, and in 2024, there might even be a new sticker coming out. Ooh. Link in the description if you want to support. Thanks so much. The first thing you have to do in Ironshore, a fake MMO, is fake login to a fake server. Just look at my run animation. Why do I run like I'm sneaking around? This isn't how normal people move. Anyway, like all good MMOs, even fake ones, this game has a chat where some people are talking. They're fake people, of course, but they even talk to each other. I did some digging out of curiosity to find out if this game uses any form of AI like ChatGPT to have the fake players feel more lifelike, and it doesn't, so any interactions are pre-scripted. So I decided to try and talk to my fellow fake players and engage them with normal MMO conversation. Arcanist is the best class, I think. Wrong, you idiot. Paladin is superior. Literally go jump off a cliff. That's how I assume other players would talk to each other. And before you ask, no, I'm not doing well mentally. Anyway, the other players didn't respond to this since I wasn't close enough to them, so we should go find where they are. I think I'm in some sort of starter area where other fake players don't exist, so let's get going with some quests, shall we? We all know that quests in MMORPGs usually suck. I have a whole video on it, you should watch it. But this is a fake MMORPG, so maybe they made good quests. Well, the first quest requires me to kill a crocodile, so this feels pretty much like standard MMO quests. I guess it's good that I don't have to kill 15 of them though. The dialogue system is actually interesting, to give credit where it's due. When you talk to an NPC, the keywords are highlighted and you can click on them to progress the conversation in that direction. I know other games use this system too, but it's rare enough that I find it at least mildly interesting. And it gets me to read some more of the dialogue. The funny thing though is your character actually says whatever keyword you clicked on out loud, so I guess you're just yelling whatever stuck out to you back at the NPC?
The hag has been terrorizing our village for months now. We need someone to stop her.
Hag!
Yes, the hag. She dwells near the Barrentide Mountains.
Barrentide Mountains!
Right, yes, here, if you seek to destroy the hag, take this dagger. It will prove most useful, I'm sure.
Dagger!
Jesus, dude, yeah, it's a magic dagger, okay? It's gonna be useful for killing the hag. You don't have to yell.
Listen, guys, I really want to talk about the game, but the movement animations are just so bad. But I'll try and be brave and get into combat. Combat is your standard hotbar ability combat with auto attacks. I don't have any abilities right now, so I guess I'll just auto attack, basically making this old school RuneScape's combat system, but somehow with worse graphics. Anyway, after defeating the crocodile, I felt like I was ready to get out of this starter area, so I walk up to the guard and apparently I have to actually type out, "I'm registered," to tell him I've registered myself on the island. Listen, I understand wanting to make your quest system more immersive, but this is just annoying. Anyway, I finally made it to the main part of the game, which isn't Ironshore. Ironshore is the mainland, and I'm on a prison island or something. Luckily, on the main part of the prison island, there's a guy staring off into the distance, and he tells me that he's heard a rumor of a way to get off of the island, and rumor is highlighted, so surely he's going to tell me what the rumor— Nope, he's just gonna tell me he doesn't want to talk about it. Why is it highlighted? But now the moment I've been waiting for since I first booted up the game. I finally found the other real fake MMO players who are fake. So guys, I'd like to introduce you to my new best friends, Fanti and Sindara. I even grouped up with Sindara and she gave me some cool buffs. Guys, I think she's into me. But now's my chance to see how fake player interaction is. Does it feel like a real MMO? Let's find out. I decided to start off as not an antisocial heathen just to see how that works for me. Instantly, Sindara whispers to me. She's so into me, it's actually a little embarrassing. So naturally, I reply, "Yo, yo, yo, sexy lady." I think this is what the kids call Riz. Whatever you say. Okay, maybe I don't know what Riz is. Enough talking to fake players. I want to keep doing quests and exploring the island with my best friend and potentially lover, Sindara. I came across this mysterious ritual and tried to talk to the dudes running it, but as you can clearly see, Lucian's eyes never leave the searing flames before him. So maybe the game's a little rough around the edges, but at least its animations are rock solid. I mean, just look at this bear. That's how every bear I've ever seen moves. But if you can look past the terrible animations, this bear was actually hiding a secret dungeon. I love dungeons. MMORPGs have dungeons. This really is a fake MMORPG. Wow. This feels like as good a time as any to talk about the combat system more in depth. The reason I haven't talked about it too much yet is because there's not much to it. You get combat spells by finding spellbooks around the world, usually just from shops, but sometimes monsters will drop them. These spells are things like Kick, which if you hover over it, it doesn't tell you what it does. You have to hold down right click, but only in the spell interface. You can't just find out what it does by hovering over the hotbar. That seems like it's annoying, and that's because it is. Kick does exactly what Kick does in World of Warcraft. It interrupts an enemy's spell cast. There's really no indication of when an enemy is casting a spell, so it was really hard to use. Other than that, you'll find your standard support spells, things that heal you or make you walk faster, nothing too crazy. But the most egregious part of this whole combat system is how you auto-attack. You have to left click to target an enemy, and then you press Q to auto attack, but if you press Q again, you'll stop auto attacking. And the only way to really know if you're auto attacking or not is based on the combat chat in the bottom right corner, but that moves so fast because it tells you everything that's going on. I was hoping that left click would be target and maybe right click would be auto attack, but no, right click is just this weird thing that tells me how strong an enemy is, which I guess is useful, but maybe we could just have levels? Like, wouldn't that be useful too? Another complaint I came across while going through the dungeon was how the grouping works. Shore is trying to emulate the MMO experience, but I am responsible for the actions of the fake players. I can tell them to follow me or to attack or do whatever. That's fine from a gameplay perspective, but I want to experience an MMO. I want the players to tell me what their role is. Are they DPS? Are they healers? Are they tanks? And then I want them to just perform those roles and yell at me if I don't do what they want me to do. If I tell them to attack a monster, they shouldn't just say Roger. They should say, I don't know, probably something racist. I just feel like this is not going for an MMORPG feel at this point. It's going for a bad single-player RPG feel. Either way, I continued through the dungeon until I came across this locked door that I was sure was related to that ritual quest I found earlier. The only problem was, I cleared what I thought was the whole dungeon, and I couldn't find a way to open that door. Now, to be fair to Shore, this is probably due to my low IQ, but I wasn't too thrilled that I just wandered the island for like a full hour trying to figure out what I had to do. I even came across this giant-ass monster that I was sure was related to the quest. Maybe it would drop the key to the dungeon, but no! It didn't, and now I'm just left more confused. I cleared a whole bandit camp inside of a cave. That wasn't related either. And that's when I was able to confidently say that yes, I am just an idiot. There's more to the dungeon, and there are 2 bosses in there. So after very easily taking care of the first boss and getting the first half of the key, I was ready to tackle the second boss. Unfortunately, my whole team died and I had to run away. But this revealed another great part of Shore. If you run straight, you'll move at the same speed as your enemies. But if you run diagonally, you'll move almost twice as fast as your enemies. I'm sure some game developers in the comments can tell me why exactly this happens, but it feels like an unintended behavior. But it did let me get away unscathed, so to me it's a feature. But this is just indicative of the horrible state that Shore is in. I feel like it's important to note that while this is a demo, this isn't some alpha version of the game. The movement speed, the bad animations, the really weird NPC interactions are all huge red flags. Think of demos more like a movie trailer. They should be really polished versions of what that movie is going to be. So if the trailer's full of issues, the movie probably also will be. And this demo is full of issues. Am I really supposed to believe that when hundreds of hours of content are added to this game that all of these smaller bugs are gonna be fixed? Because I don't really think so. Eventually, I did manage to take down the second boss, get the second half of the key, and now I had 2 halves of a key. Great. I don't know. I didn't know what to do at this point. So I went back to my old reliable strategy of wandering the island aimlessly. I talked to every NPC. I ran circles around this NPC again. Apparently I'm really good at fishing off of cliffs, so that's cool. But no matter what I did, no matter who I tried to give the keys to, nobody could fix it. But that's when I remembered, there are other players in Shore, and they've been here forever, I assume. So surely they can help me through this quest that is leaving me completely confused. So I ask very nicely in chat where the ghostly key is or who can fix it for me. And all these crazy sons of bitches say is, whatever you say. Everything I say, no matter what it is, whatever you say, they won't ever talk to me. Whatever you say, oh, what's your opinion on this class? Oh, whatever you say, shut up about whatever you say. I just want you to have the real conversation with me. I just want you to be a real human being. I just want to play an MMORPG. Oh my God, that's it. I don't want to play a single player RPG that acts like an MMO. I just want to play either a single player RPG or an MMORPG. So at this point, without ever figuring out how to fix the key, I logged out of Shore, never to log back in until I did, and I eventually did finish the game, but still. All in all, Shore is just not a good game. It's as simple as that. And I really don't know if it's not a good game because single player MMOs like this don't work, or if because this game just has too many bugs and is way too rough around the edges to really enjoy. I do think that the fun of MMOs, even if you don't have the time, is sharing your experience with others. That's why things like Ironman mode are still fun, because even though you're playing solo, you're still a part of the larger RuneScape community. And the same goes for WoW Classic Hardcore and all other SSF modes in any multiplayer game. So when you take the real players out of it, you're just going to lose something, and you can't replicate it with poorly made, pre-scripted fake players. That's not how this works. But hey, I encourage you to try the demo and see if you like it. You probably won't, but go for it. And let me know in the comments, is a truly single-player fake MMO something you'd be interested in? I have a feeling no, but tell me if I'm wrong. Anyway, that's it.